the one thing is the guys that have earned it. The guys, whether it's through Traverse City or whether it's here in camp, getting guys that have earned it. Some of it is based off of history too. What guys have done in the organization, for the organization, how they played, in the past. So there's a history that the guy. But it doesn't mean just because you come to the camp that you're going to get a game.
When Johnson and who did he tie up with last night?
Oh,
LaPierre.
Yeah.
Did you? I couldn't see your face from up above. What were your thoughts on the bench when you see that decision?
Just Jack's safety. That's all.
Yeah.
Just his safety. That's all I was concerned about. He's big enough. He's tough enough. He can handle himself. But you're just worried about maybe one little thing going wrong.
Yeah. Have you told guys not to fight or to fight?
No. It's tough when you're in the emotion of it.
Yeah.
Tell them not to. These guys are the ones that are out doing all the battling and all the competing. And, there are certain, I think, stages of the game, but I didn't think the game was going that way. But, there's also a history there. I'm not saying with Jack and him, but just a history of, that's the way LaPierre plays.
Sure.
He's that agitating type player and tries to get under your skin. And we all know how Jack plays, and he plays the game hard. And it just, emotions got high, I think, in both of them.
When you see Bull skate like he did last night, I don't think you saw that much last season with the stuff that he went through. With him on one side, maybe Trop. You got a couple other guys in there, Jenner and Hartnell, Dubinsky. Do you get the sense that there could be some nights this season where there's some interesting stuff going on and maybe some laundry on the ice?
There could be. We aren't patterning ourselves off of that. I mean, we want to be a hard team to play against. I think the guys, in the past, that's the way that we've played. Adding Hartnell, we know just through the history of playing against him and how he plays the game. But we have to use that to our advantage. Play in this building, play a hard game, play a physical game. But we aren't looking at going out. You're going to find that you're going to get caught up in other things instead of just going out and winning the game. So we want to play a hard game. I think we have the players to do that. We proved it last year, and we just got to continue to build off it. That's kind of the identity.
Yeah.
But there's that line, and we talked about that last year. That line, and when you're that type of player, that edgy player, there's that line that you just can't cross.
Right.
Because now you're becoming undisciplined, and whether you're systematic play, you're out of position, or you're taking bad penalties. So you got to play at that line because that's that good emotional line, but you can't cross it.
Could you be even harder to play against this year, though, with Trop healthy, Bull healthy, Hartnell?
I would like to think so. Yeah. I would like to think so. That will be, and that's just getting better as a group.
You feel like you have a new Jared Bull? I mean, I don't know. Between the ankle and I think his back was bothering him, and he had a hernia. I mean, it's been a while, I guess, since you've seen him maybe as healthy and as speedy as.
I think the lockout year he was really good. When you go back and you look at that year, when we were struggling, 5-12. This is two years ago. It was really the fourth line. Jared was a big part of that fourth line, and when he has, guys know him around the league. They know what type of player he is and what he does. He's a fierce forechecker and obviously a physical player. And when you get him moving around on the ice like that, and I saw it 2 years ago, he's a really effective player, getting in on the forecheck and creating turnovers and then creating chances. And he's the type of player that can go out and turn the momentum of a game with one shift and just, being physical and doing what he does.
You get the sense from him that he's got something to prove.
I don't know. He's a guy that's been here. I'm sure that, there is a little something. When you have a year based with all the injuries that he had, it was disappointing, frustrating. And he's worked hard this summer. I know that. All you have to do is look at him. You can see the shape that he's in, and then you watch him out on the ice. And as you guys said, it's noticeable up top as far as how he's moving around on the ice. So there probably is a good part of him that wants to go out and show people.
Yeah.
At this point of training camp, 2 games in, under your belt yesterday, do you see the guys that are bubble guys, maybe Wenberg, Charmelson, even Gibbons, those kind of guys, ratcheting up the intensity to make a lasting impression on you before the final cuts come down?
I would hope that they're approaching every day like that. I mean, guys that are fighting for jobs and fighting for positions, fighting for ice time, and I'm hoping that our guys are doing the same thing. You know, you want to create a culture, you want to do certain things. That's the way you got to approach every day. It's about getting better, and that goes with some intensity in practice. And it is harder. I do understand that when you're going against your teammates. It's a little bit easier when you got an opposition coming into town or you're going somewhere to again, the intensity probably will be there. But I hope everybody's approaching it that way.
Do you see, with the time that the fourth line guys, whether it was Trop, Letestu, Derek McKenzie here last year, they got more time as the season went on. You showed more trust in them. Do you see that happening right from the drop of the first puck, or is it something they're going to have to re-earn again?
No, there's history. There's history. There's players you trust. I think I have a good sense of what Jared Boll can do and what he can bring to this team and what he can do at any particular time during a game. There's Mark Letestu and Corey Trop. There's a history now. When we acquired Corey, I think it was last year, wasn't it? When we got Corey last year, I mean, there's a feeling out period. I mean, you got to see what he can do, and you have to watch him in different situations. I think once you go through a season, now you have a really good idea of what this player can bring, beneficially to your group. So they don't have to come in having to re-earn my trust or anything like that. There's a reason why they're here. There's a reason why we brought Corey Trop back.
Bob go Tuesday?
Yeah, Bob will go tomorrow.
Just do the 2-period thing with
Yep,
him?
yep.